Today we're going to do lesson 5.4 on proportional word problems. Please have your notebook and pencil and calculator ready. As usual, if you need more time to copy things down, pause the video and start it back up when you are ready. We have already done our beginning with identifying equivalent ratios and rates. We have also done approaching, where we found unit rates and used a proportion. So today we're going to start working on competent, where we're going to apply unit rates to real-world situations, and that we're going to start working on this. It's going to take us a couple of lessons, but we're going to start working on it. So write this down in your notebook, please. Pause the video if you need to, but I want this in your notes. Proportion word problems. Proportions can be used to solve word problems in which there is a constant rate. And then I want you don't need to worry about the rest of this. And then down at the bottom, helpful hint, set up a key when writing proportions to make sure the units stay consistent. And I will kind of show you what I mean by that. So basically what we're going to look at is if 3 to 5 is a part-to-part ratio, how can we change it to a part-to-whole, which is what we're going to be looking at in a few problems that we're going to do today. So let's start with this one. The ratio of girls to the total number of children in Miss Robinson's class is 2 to 5. So here's what they mean by doing a key. I'm going to put girls on top, and I'm going to put the total number of children down on the bottom. So this part is our key. This is just going to remind us what we're doing. So the girls is 2 and then to 5. That's our ratio. Then the actual number is there are 12 girls in her class. So because girls is on top, I'm going to put 12 on top. So this is the total number. This is what we are trying to find. So again, I can go up and down, or I can go across. And up and down or does not work really good. Well, it'll work okay, but I think across is easier. 2 times 6 gives me 12. So 5 times 6, my answer is there are 30 students, children, we'll say children because that's the word they used in the word problem, in her class. There's our answer. Next problem, Will and his father planted a garden. For every 3 tomato plants, and I'm just abbreviating, they planted 2 basil plants. So my tomato plants are on top, my basil plants are on the bottom. This is my key again, just to kind of help me remember what's what. Then they told us that they planted 6 tomato plants. Well, tomato plants is on top, so I'm going to put my 6 on the bottom. I got to find out how many basil plants they planted. So again, I could go up and down, but I'm looking at this one is much easier. 3 times 2 is 6. So 2 times 2, they planted 4 basil plants. And that is our answer. So 2 out of 3 students in Mr. Peters' class have pet dogs. So again, I'm going to not use this part. I'm going to put the key down here next to the ratio, next to the proportion. So 2 out of 3 have dogs. So 2, these are the ones that have dogs, 2 on top. And total goes on the bottom because it's 2 out of 3. So it's 2 out of every 3 students. So the total goes on the bottom. We're going to put 3. The next sentence says 18 students have dogs. So since dogs is on top, I'm going to put 18 on top. And again, going across looks easy. 2 times 9 equals 18. So 3 times 9, we have 27 students in his class. Example 4, Taylor's soccer team ate at a food court. 5 players ate at McDonald's, and again, just abbreviating, for every 2 players who ate at Subway. So again, I have my key and I have my ratio to start with, the starting ratio. If 6 players ate at Subway, now Subway is on the bottom, so that's where I'm going to put my 6. How many players ate at McDonald's? That's what I need to find out. Again, going across looks like the easiest. 2 times 3 equals 6, so 5 times 3, 15 players ate at McDonald's. And there is my answer. Example 5. Janet only listens to rock and hip-hop music. Altogether, she has 400 MP3 on her iPod. Again, showing that our time here is a few years ago. The ratio from hip-hop to rock on her iPad is 3 to 5. I want to know how many hip-hop songs she has. So I'm going to do a little bit different key. I have hip-hop songs, I have rock songs, and then I have the total. And I'm going to do a little table here. So let's work with the ratio first. Here's our ratio, 3 to 5, and that's hip-hop to rock. So if she's got 3 hip-hop for every 5 rock, I'm going to find the total. I add these together, I have 8. I know that she has 400 on her thing, so this is where this goes. So this is our ratio, and this column is our actual numbers. And what I want is how many hip-hop songs. So this is what I want right here. So now I can kind of ignore the rock because I don't need that. And now I have my proportion. I have 3 hip-hop over 8 total. So that means how many hip-hop out of 400. So it kind of helps us set up our proportions. So let's see, 400 divided by 8. I'm going to do 8 times 50, and I'm going to double check to make sure it works, and it does. So 3 times 50, she has 150 hip-hop songs. And there's our answer. So this little table helped us set up our proportions. So this would be our key. And that gives us something that goes from part to part, rock, hip-hop to rock, to part to whole in order to find our answer. So let's try another one. I'm going to put my key up here. And again, kind of looks like a tic-tac-toe board. Will only owns FUBU and Abercrombie shirts. So I have FUBU and Abercrombie shirts, which means I'm also going to need a total. Okay. The ratio, and again, that goes in our first one. The ratio is the first column. The ratio of Will's FUBU shirts to his Abercrombie shirts is 2 to 3. So FUBU to Abercrombie is 2 to 3. I add those together, 5 total shirts. If Will has 30 shirts, so that goes under actual, how many of them are FUBU? So this is the one we want. So again, we're going to ignore the Abercrombie. He's got 2 FUBU out of 5 total. So how many would he have out of 30 in actual? Again, I could go up and down, but across right now seems to be working the best. Multiply by 6 to get 30. So 2 times 6, he has 12 FUBU shirts. And there is our answer. Again, this key really helped us solve our problem. So let's do it again. I'm going to set up our key right here. There are 30 children in Miss Robinson's class, so I'm going to put that under actual. So I got boys, I've got girls, and I've got the total. The ratio of boys to the total number of children is 3 to 5. So the boys to the total number. So here's where we got to do a little bit of math. If we have a 5 total, we're doing math always, but if we have 5 total and 3 are boys, 5 minus those 3 boys gives us 2 girls. So we kind of fill that in. And I want to know how many girls. So there's the number that I want. So we can ignore the boys and we can set up our problem. 2 girls out of 5 total. So that would be how many girls out of 30. And again, really easy, 5 times 6. So 2 times 6 gives me there are 12 girls in the class. So again, this key helped us figure it out. Let's do the last 2 before I give you your homework. Pete drove 224 miles in 4 hours. So I'm going to do that first. 224 miles in 4 hours on Saturday. If he drove the same rate on Sunday, how long would it take him to drive 490 miles? So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find our unit rate. So 4 divided by 4 is going to give me 1. So let's do 224 divided by 4. And that's going to give me 56. So now I'm going to move this down here. So I got 56 basically miles per hour. I want to know how long it's going to take him to do 490 miles. So let's go into our calculator here. 490 divided by 56. And that gives us 8 and 7/500. So let's double check. 56 times 8 and 7/500 should give us 490. And it does. So that means I'm going to multiply by 8 and 7/500. Well, times 1 is 8 and 7/500. So our answer is it would take him 8 and 7/500 hours. But we had to do 2 steps. 1 to find the unit rate, and then to second to find the answer that we wanted. So let's do number 2. 4 out of 5 students in Mrs. Haynes' 7th grade math class have cell phones. So 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. So that means 4 have cell phones out of a total number of 5. If there are 365 students in the 7th grade, how many would you expect to have cell phones? So 365 is our total. So let's do the math. 365 divided by 5, and that is going to give us 73, I believe. So double check. 5 times 73 gives us 365. So 4 times 73, if I did my math right, gives us 292. So 292 students have cell phones. And there is our answer. Your homework for today is in Schoology, and it's going to be the 5.4 Homework 2020. If you have questions, send me a message. Otherwise, good luck.